Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, today's blog is gonna be a bit of a serious one, but before we get started, let's discuss two of the famous superheroes from DC Comics, Batman and Superman. Now, Batman is referred to by such as the Caped Crusader, the Dark Knight, and the world's greatest detective. Batman's secret identity is Bruce Wayne, a wealthy American playboy philanthropist and owner of Wayne Enterprises. After witnessing the murder of his parents, Dr. Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne as a child, he swore vengeance against criminals, an oath tempered by a sense of justice. Bruce Wayne trains himself physically and intellectually and crafts a bat-inspired persona to fight crime. Batman operates in the fictional city of Gotham with assistance from various supporting characters, including his butler, Alfred, police commissioner Gordon, and vigilante allies such as Robin. Unlike most superheroes, Batman does not possess any superpowers. He relies on his genius intellect and physical powers, as well as martial art abilities, detective skills, science, technology, vast wealth, and indomitable will. As for Superman, well, when he was born on the planet Krypton, the planet was destroyed by natural cataclysms, but his father saved his life by sending him to Earth in a small spaceship alone. His spaceship landed in the American countryside, where he was discovered and adopted by a farmer and his wife. They named him Clark Kent and imbue him with a strong moral compass. Early in his childhood, Clark developed various superhuman abilities, which, upon reaching maturity, he resolved to use for the benefit of humanity. To protect his privacy, he changes into a colorful costume and uses the name Superman when fighting crime. Clark resides in the fictional American city known as Metropolis, where he works as a journalist for the Daily Planet. Now, in my opinion, these two are amazing superheroes and outstanding members of the Justice League. Also, about a year ago, I've heard several people call Superman the fireman of DC and Batman the cop of DC. Also, out of the two superheroes, I like Batman the most because he's mysterious, and I like the many different weapons that he uses. Also, I have a few Batman movies, like these for example. Now, tons of DC fans have seen these two together in either Justice League or Super Friends and a few others. But today, I want to blog a movie that centers on Batman and Superman. So, let's get started. Released on March 25th, 2016, the movie is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now let's get started. It's been nearly 2 years since Superman's colossal battle with Zod, which devastated the city of Metropolis. The loss of life and collateral damage left many feeling angry and helpless, including crime-fighting billionaire Bruce Wayne. Convinced that Superman is now a threat to humanity, Batman embarks on a personal vendetta to end his reign on Earth, while the conniving Lex Luthor launches his own crusade against the Man of Steel. So, what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, in my opinion, it was okay, not great, but it could have been a hay of a lot better. But let's move on to Mustang notes. Now, the film was announced at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con after the release of The Man of Steel. Director Zack Snyder stated that the film would take inspiration from the Batman comic book series The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, but clarified that it would follow an original premise. The incarnation of Batman in the film is different from the character's previous portrayal in the Dark Knight trilogy, serving as a cinematic reboot of the character. The film is also inspired by narrative elements from the Death of Superman story arc. Pre-production began at East Los Angeles College in October 2013, with principal photography starting in May 2014 in Detroit, as well as additional filming taking place in Illinois and New Mexico, concluding that December. Now, the things I like in this movie, like most superhero movies, are the action and fight sequences. Plus, the scenery in Metropolis looks pretty dark at times. However, the scenes that involve the government aren't really that interesting to me, and the parts where Batman and Superman fight each other is pretty much the same problem I had with Captain America's Civil War, which I blogged last year. And as I said during that blog, I like it better when superheroes fight evil instead of each other. So, I guess that's all I have for Mustang notes. So, let's move on to the cast. Now, I'll only be talking about characters who are interesting. To me, that is. Now, let's begin with Clark Kent, aka Superman, played by Henry Cavill, who got to be in Stardust. Now, as I previously stated, Clark is a Metropolis-based Kryptonian survivor and a journalist for the Daily Planet, who uses his extraterrestrial abilities to protect humanity. Superman's suit in this movie is somewhat similar to that in Man of Steel, but with enhanced high-tech style surface detail and a shinier, more metallic-looking cape. A quote written in Kryptonian was added into Superman's symbol, which says, "Where we have fought to stand alone, we will be with the entire world." Next we have Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, played by Ben Affleck, whom I've talked about in my Joseph King of Dreams blog last year. Now, Bruce is a billionaire and owner of Wayne Enterprises who dedicates himself to protecting Gotham City from its criminal underworld as a highly trained masked vigilante. The bat suit in this movie is made of fabric as opposed to the armored suits in previous portrayals, and a mechanical suit is also featured, which Batman uses in his fight against Superman. Unlike previous versions, who spoke in a deeper voice as Batman, this version uses a voice modulator to distort his real voice, with Affleck stating a well-known billionaire would likely have his voice recognized. In my opinion, I think Batman's role in this movie influenced a scene in the Lego Batman movie. But I still think Batman is a great superhero nonetheless. Another superhero in this movie is Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot. Diana is an immortal Amazonian warrior who is the crown princess of Themyscira. Wonder Woman's suit is made out of chrome-painted polyethylene, or however it's pronounced, and she uses her hand wraps and sword harnesses. Gal Gadot described her character as having many strengths and powers, but at the end of the day, she's a woman with a lot of emotional intelligence. Describing Wonder Woman's compassion, Gal stated, "It's all her heart that's her strength." She thought that women are amazing for being able to show what they feel. In my opinion, Gal Gadot's performance as Wonder Woman in this movie is just as amazing as her role in Wonder Woman from last year. Next we come to Lois Lane, once again played by Amy Adams, who got to be in Underdog, Night of the Museum 2, The Muppets, and Disney's Enchanted. Lois is a reporter for the Daily Planet and love interest of Clark Kent. About her role, Amy Adams stated that Lois is still sort of like the key to the information. She's the girl going out and getting it and figuring it out, putting it together and all that. So she's very much involved. When asked on her thoughts on portraying Lois Lane in the movie, Amy replied that she loved that she's fearless, and she's not that way, so it's really fun that she really is not afraid of consequences. Next we have Superman's arch nemesis, Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg, who got to be Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network, Blue from the Rio films, and he got to be in films like Zombieland and Now You See Me. Now, Lex is an eccentric young businessman and hereditary CEO of LexCorp who is obsessed with defeating Superman. Luthor is usually depicted as bald in the comics, while this movie's version of Lex Luthor depicts him with hair throughout the majority of the movie. Eisenberg described his role as Lex as the most advantageous role yet. Finally, we come to Doomsday, played by Robin Atkin Downes. Oh, wait a minute. Robin Atkin Downes? So, this means Doomsday is played by Luxord from the Kingdom Hearts games? Zowie? That's interesting. Anyway, unlike in Superman Doomsday and the recent Death of Superman movie, this character is a monstrous creature created by Kryptonian technology after Lex Luthor mixes his own blood with General Zod's DNA. Downes portrayed the character through motion capture and voiceover work. Although the character is not named, the role was kept under such heavy secrecy that Downes did not know who he was playing until the second trailer was released. On his role, Downes stated that he was proud to be part of the movie and expressed his admiration in helping bring Doomsday to life. And now, let's move on to my final words. Overall, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is an okay movie, but I can't say that it doesn't have its flaws. While I do applaud this movie for giving us some epic and intense action sequences, the story could have used some improvement. Plus, the idea of Batman and Superman fighting each other isn't really a good plot to me. On the other hand, most of the acting is pretty good. Plus, Lex Luthor was pretty interesting in this movie. And of course, Doomsday was a tough enemy. So, I guess I can give this movie a 52% out of 100. Yes, it's not exactly a good movie, but I'd be willing to watch it more than once. On the other hand, it's a much better movie than what DC will give us later this month. So, be sure to join me again for my next blog. And I think I might need backup for my next episode. Mustang Power.